check.
Yeah. Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Twitch is just now letting people know we are live, so come on through, people. Come on through. Let's see we're live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Give y'all a little minute to come in. As we about to talk Florida State getting robbed, Georgia getting robbed. You know, then we got the Eagles getting blown out by, you know, the 49ers. Like I told y'all it would happen. So come on in. I'm going to give you a little minute. I'm still doing my YouTube settings, but we about to get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by dopecontent.com and Get the Tables, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you follow Get the Tables on Twitch if you're not doing so already. We got a loaded show today. We have NCAA football drama, and then we have, you know, NFL drama actually that's about to come up, because it's a lot of stuff that's happening in the NFL this week, and it's starting to get interesting. It's starting to get real interesting. So before we get into all that, I am your host, K. Lou, joined by my other host, Tony from Get the Tables, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again. Thank you for joining. I see Tony got his Tampa Bay colors on right now. Is that a throwback and the current logo that I'm seeing right now?
Yeah, it is. Representing both ends.
Well, y'all won, right?
We did win. Barely. I mean, it wasn't easy. We struggled against the Panthers. Sadly, we struggled, but we won at the end of the day.
That's all that matters. A win is a win. College football committee, a win is a win. College football committee, a win is a win. That's all that matters is that W. But we're gonna get into all that. We're not gonna waste time. Let's get right into the NFL Week 13 breakdown. We do our recap, and then we're diving into this NCAA because it's about to get real serious. And I've been waiting since Sunday. So let's get right into it. We're gonna play this intro, and we'll be right back. Yep, we are here. Got the NFL coming on. Let me make sure Twitch is live. I'm going to double check because mine is frozen on this computer. So I just want to make sure we live before we dive right into it. And then me send this message because somebody is texting me talking about, "Oh, you live?" Yes, yes, we are live. Just so you can know. So don't text me anymore while we here because we are live. All right, Twitch is showing and YouTube is showing, so we are good. Yeah. All right, man. So week 13 of the NFL. It was. How would you describe week 13? How would you describe it?
I think some teams are kind of showing where they belong on the pedestal of the playoff and the championship contenders. I think we're starting to see more injuries too as well. Kind of stack up to some key players. I don't know, man. It was my cat trying to get up on here. It was an interesting. It was an interesting week of football, to say the least. Because definitely the games we thought were going to be competitive weren't. And the games and the games that we thought were going to be close were. So it was kind of an interesting week for sure.
Yeah, it was a fun week for me. I liked it. I enjoyed it. There go the cat. There go the cat. The cat made his way to the screen.
What's going on here? I tell you, they only do this when I'm live. They don't do this anytime anywhere else. All right, I'm good. We're good.
Yeah, so I liked it. It was a very good week for me because
I'm sure.
Yeah, because we're gonna start it off, kick it right off with the Dallas Cowboys taking out the Seattle Seahawks, 41-35 in Dallas. Dallas is 9-3. Seahawks are now 6-6. Everybody that was sitting there saying, do it against the winning team, they just did it. Shady McCoy, that's always talking about Dak Prescott. Did you hear what Shady McCoy said before we get into him?
No, I know he's a hater. I know he's a Dak hater.
So before this game, right? Shady McCoy, they was telling him on the show Speak on FS1. They were saying, Shady, you got to give Dak credit now at this point, right? And he said, well, yeah, I still can't give Dak all the credit because what I need to see him do is I need to see him turn the ball over and see how he can come back from that. Like DaRon Bland, if he gets beat, he comes back and make a play. I need to see what it looked like when Dak plays bad. And then we could, if he could recover from playing bad, and then I give him all the credit in the world. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell?
Moving the goalposts.
Dude.
Yeah.
All you talked about, Shady McCoy, Joe egghead ass, was talking about Dak throwing picks. I'm on 10 today. I'm sorry. I got Florida State Cowboy haters out, like it's on there. It's up today. So all you talked about, even during the offseason, during training camp, was Dak throwing picks. That's all you talked about. Now that he stopped throwing picks and he's doing his job and he's balling, especially after the 49ers game, Dak has been balling ever since. Even when they lost to the Eagles, Dak put up over 173 yards in the fourth quarter alone against the Eagles. So balling, right? Now you're saying, oh, I need to see him turn the ball over. I need to see him after a fumble and after a pick. What the hell are you talking about? This is what we're talking about here. Every time we do something that y'all say we can't do, then the goalposts get moved again by, oh, do this, do that. Well, and then now, if we beat the Eagles, you already know what they gonna say, because I'm telling y'all, we're dropping 40 on the Eagles. I don't care that they got Shaq Leonard. We're dropping 40 on the Eagles. I've been saying this since the first game. We're dropping 40 on the Eagles, right? When we do that and when we beat them, you know what they gonna say? We'll do it when it counts. Do it in the playoffs.
Shut up, bitch.
But especially for Dak. Absolutely.
The thing about that is Dak Prescott is the only quarterback that won't get respect unless he wins the Super Bowl. The only one.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Name another quarterback that hasn't won a Super Bowl that's getting their respect already. I can name them all. Dak is the only one that they keep moving the goalpost on. He is the only one that has to win a Super Bowl just to get the respect that he's already earned and deserved since day one of being in the NFL. So that's my little rant on that. Let's get into the game. 41-35. Geno Smith balled out. 23 of 41, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Because, I thought Dak was the only one that threw interceptions. Dak Prescott, 29 of 41, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions yet again. And then he had a 4-quarter. Remember, do it when they losing. Everything looks good when they're winning. They wasn't winning in this game. Dak had to score a touchdown. What'd he do? Drove the team right up the field, scored a touchdown. Cowboys didn't punt not one time this game. Seahawks didn't punt not one time in this game. But the playmakers made plays. DaRon Bland got cooked the whole game, right?
Yeah, he did.
He got cooked the whole game. And I mean, DK Metcalf is a beast. I was happy to see DK Metcalf be DK Metcalf, but DaRon Bland got cooked the whole game. But when it was time to make a play, he came out and caught an interception. Michael Parsons, he was getting close, but wasn't getting to the quarterback, right? When it was time to make a play at the end of the game, Michael Parsons got there. When you needed a drive, a game-winning drive from your quarterback, your playmaker made the play. This is all Cowboys fans want to see. Can you do it when it is tough? They show they can do it at least against the Seahawks, right? Cool. Let us enjoy the win. Stop trying to make up some more BS and say, "Whoa, we'll do this and do that." Shut up. They won. That's who's on their schedule. College football. I'm gonna tie in a lot of NFL and college football stuff today. you only can play who's on your schedule. That was a winning team. Now they're 6-6. And if you want to add another winning team, the Rams are now 500 as well. So we blew their ass out. I don't want to hear nothing. Your thoughts on the game?
I mean, Dak played well. So did CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had a really good game as well.
Yep.
12 receptions. I mean, Pollard played well.
Richard Sherman.
Cowboys are undefeated at home. So if you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably excited to see that they'll probably get a home playoff game.
Maybe
once they make the playoffs, possibly. Yeah. So you would hope they get the home. You as a Cowboys fan, you probably would rather have them have that home game in the first round. We'll see if that happens or not. Depends a lot on this weekend. Also, if you're a Cowboys fan, you probably got to be a little bit worried about that defense. That defense was not great against the Seahawks. I mean, it's not saying that they weren't playing up against a pretty solid wide receiver crew with Jackson Smith and Tyler Lockett and DK. I mean, that's quite the tandem right there. I'm curious to see how they would have done if Kenneth Walker was healthy and played as well. But yeah, I mean, Dallas, like you said, they got the got the ball. They just went down, scored, got the lead. Dak went turnoverless. He didn't throw any picks. He almost threw for over 300 yards again. I mean, you can't deny that he's playing at a high level right now. Regardless of who he's playing, he's going out there and performing. These are professional athletes for a reason. It's not like it's easy to go out there and throw over 300 yards on everyone every game. So he's playing well. He's playing really, really well. I think he should be in the MVP conversation. But I don't think he'll win it, or should he win it? I think he should be definitely in the conversation. He's having a really, really good run these last couple of games. But again, if you're a Cowboys fan, I'd be a little bit worried about this defense because it's been getting a lot of high praise as of late, especially DaRon Bland. With the way he's been playing the last couple of weeks with the turnovers and the pick sixes, and he's had a lot of hype around him these last couple of games because of how he's played. He just did not look good against DK. Again, it's DK. He's a tough dude to guard, but he did not look good. He did get that pick, so he kind of recovered a little bit in that game, but he got torched the majority of that game. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys win. I did not expect it to be a close game, as close as it was. I didn't think Seattle would be able to keep up with the Dallas Cowboys offense, but they were able to go. I mean, it was like back and forth ball game, kind of an entertaining game you want to see if you love that type of a football game. Geno Smith played well. He did throw a pick. But I mean, it was a really entertaining football game on a Thursday night, which we rarely get these football schedules. But yeah, I mean, Cowboys win. It was a good win. Like you said, they play who they're in front of. They've been beating up on a lot of below 500 ball teams, and they beat the Seattle Seahawks team that was, they still kind of are in the hunt to make the playoffs. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's a good win in my book. The Seahawks are a good team. They're coached well. They got a solid defense. Didn't look like it was a solid defense Thursday, but I mean, they're a good team. They're a good team. So I would, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I think this is a good win. I think it's a good win.
It's a very good win. And one thing that the reason why I'm not nervous about the defense just yet, even though I didn't like that outing that they had, I'm not nervous just yet because both teams are coming off playing 3 games in 12 days. So all you Eagles fans that's crying about playing 3 games in 14 days, Seattle and Dallas just got through playing 3 games in 12 days. Right?
Right.
And Dallas does it every year because of the Thanksgiving game.
Right.
So it's something we do every year. So Eagles fans, stop your crying, take your L like a man, get your vaginas, out people's faces, and shut up. I'm trying to be PG here. I almost said something. Just stop complaining. They always got excuses, and we gonna get into these Eagles, right? But
yeah, absolutely.
3 games in 12 days. 3 games in 12 days. And the Seahawks needed this game. Way more than we did. They needed this game, so I expected them to come and play hard like they did. So that's the only reason I'm not really worried and tripping about the Cowboys defense right now. Because when it was time for them to make a play, they stepped up and made the plays.
Right.
So right now, I'm gonna let it slide for now. Now, if they go out and the same thing happen Sunday, then I'm like, all right, now let's let's start talking about something, right?
I mean, Bland's his matchups don't get easier next week. I mean,
he'll be fine.
Brown and Devontae Smith. So.
He'll have another interception this week. I'm calling it now.
Oh, okay.
Just like I called it Thursday before, and even after he was getting cooked at halftime, I said he was still gonna get one. And he came out and got one. He gonna get another one Sunday because they go test him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So don't test him, y'all. It's not gonna be the same. He's getting 10 days rest before this game. So all right, y'all about to find out. WWE fan, what's good? Let's move on. The Colts moved to 7-5, taking out the Titans 31-28. The Titans are 4-8. I have no thoughts about this game. You got anything on it?
Nah, man. Just a hard-fought win for the Colts. It didn't look good. They went down and got the ball in overtime, drove down the field. Gardner Minshew, man. How about that? He's playing well, man. And the Colts are in the playoffs, as we speak. So it's crazy to think that they lose Anthony Richardson. They were a top 5 pick last year. And, all that, drama with Jonathan Taylor. And did they pick the right Eagle to coach the Colts? I mean, it seems like they did. So, props to the Colts, man.
WWE fan, you about to get banned. Yes, sir. How about the Seminoles? Because they did their job 13-0, baby. We gonna get into that, though. Don't start with me, boy. I'm on 10 already. Little sleep. I'm aggressive this morning. Don't play with me. We started off the stream with a Cowboys rant, and I didn't even plan on doing that. But yeah, man, shout out to the Colts, man, doing their job. That AFC, we're gonna have to make our predictions about the playoffs because it's crazy, and I think this right now will probably be a perfect time to make our predictions and see if we end up being right about it. So we'll probably do that today. The Chargers, they beat the Patriots 6-0. Chargers are 5-7. Patriots are 2-10. My only thoughts on this is everybody that talked that noise in the offseason saying, oh, Kellen Moore is going to look way better because he got a way better quarterback and Justin Herbert, y'all can eat a dick now.
I don't even really know what to say about this game.
It was ugly.
I want to blame the head coach, but I mean, it seems like it's an overall type of deal with it's just the whole team in general.
They need to cleanse
they did shut out the Patriots.
That whole staff.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, I would keep Kellen Moore because I feel like the head coach is kind of holding him back or holding him down, if you want to say.
He look like
Brendan Stanley. He's horrible, man. I'm shocked that he is still the coach of the Chargers. Even after a win, he scored 6 points on the Patriots. I know it was bad weather, and you could say whatever you want about that, and it could have held them back. But geez, 6 points! My goodness gracious, that was an awful game. Feel bad whoever had to watch that game in their city on Sunday. So don't really have much to comment on that. I feel bad for Charger fans because the Charger fans have been through so much And then you get Herbert, you get Eckler, you draft Quentin Johnson, who's been pretty much a disappointment. You still got Keenan Allen. I mean, you got a pretty solid offense there. Their defense has the name power, but they ain't performing at the high level.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what do you do? So, obviously, it's probably going to have to start up top. You dwindle down that coaching staff. You bring in some new people. I know Belichick's been rumored to take over the job in LA, which would be interesting. But I don't know. He's been attached to all these rumors.
He might need to take a year off.
He needs to do something because he's lost that Patriots team already. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Chargers in the offseason. They're going to be the one team to be looking out at because they're going to be a hot job. You know, they got pretty much everything you want as a head coach. They got the offense. They got the elite quarterback. They got the defense. They just can't put it all together on the field. So, yeah, just an awful game. Awful game.
Yep. So, y'all had fun with Kellen Moore. We tried to tell y'all, but y'all didn't want to listen. And now it's funny because since Kellen Moore is a former Cowboy, anytime a Chargers fan, even though if I'm not following them, even anytime a Chargers fan complain about Kellen Moore, it just pops up on my timeline just because of his ties to the Cowboys. So, I mean, when I say every Sunday I'm just laughing, just cracking up. Like, we told you, like, he's talented, but he still got to learn when to call certain plays. His playbook is not bad. It's just when he calls the plays. That's the problem. So, we try to tell you, Chargers fan, but no, it's Dak's fault. Justin Herbert is way better, according to y'all, right? Sean Merriman is eating crow right now as we speak. He's been getting into it with Cowboys fans all week. Moving on. Detroit takes out the Saints 33-28. Detroit is 9-3. Saints is 5-7. Detroit started this game 21-0. And it looked like they was trying to send a message to the league. And then next thing you know, I turned it off the game. I turned it back, and it's 33-28. Like, what?
It's like either they got bored or just the Saints made some cute. I mean, it's the Saints. They got weapons. It's just they don't have a good quarterback. Derek Carr is. I feel like if they had someone else behind the center, they would probably do a lot better. The defense has been underperforming. I remember that Saints defense used to be a scary team.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much anymore. Detroit, again, they're proving that they belong where they are. These other teams need to watch out because Detroit could end up with that number 1 seed. Will it happen? I don't know. They got the rest. They still got to play some more divisional games, and I never say that those games are going to be easy, regardless of who they're playing and the record they have.
Right.
Divisional games are always tough. They still got to play the Cowboys, which will be a huge game when they play each other as well. So yeah, I mean, Detroit to me are not pretenders.
Detroit
I just
is
think
lose
sometimes against the Cowboys. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how they do in the playoffs. Because obviously they are going to make the playoffs. I think that division is theirs. It's going to be an interesting to see them in the playoffs for the first time in I don't know how many years. And that atmosphere in Detroit when they're in the playoffs, because they're going to get a home game because they're going to win that division. So it's going to be interesting to see who they play, how that team plays against whoever they play. And they just got to ride out and be healthy. Got to make sure they make the playoffs healthy. But yeah, their defense is a little bit suspect. Their offense is there, but that defense is suspect as hell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing you gotta really worry about if you're a Detroit fan. That I don't think Detroit can win a shootout. Like they don't. I don't think they can win a shootout against these teams like the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Niners. Like they gotta they gotta make some stops throughout these games, and it really showed last week this past week when they played the Saints that. They got to keep scoring. Like the defense is going to give up the lead, and they almost did. So they just got to keep on scoring regardless of how much they're up by. They got to be aggressive.
Yeah. As much as I like Detroit was one of my sleeper teams last year, so I am rooting for them because it's good. I think Detroit, the fans just deserve a good team, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I root for them in that aspect of it, but I don't know if I believe in them like that. Like, I don't believe in them to be, past the wild card. Like, I think they're a wild card and done, depending on who they match up against. So I'm not really buying into the hype no more. But they are 9-3, and they could somehow get the number 1 seed. It's real close right now. I don't think it'll happen, but who knows, right?
I don't think they will. You know, they still got the Niners ahead of them, the Eagles. Depending on where the Cowboys are at that time, if they beat them in a couple of weeks. I don't think the Lions will, but I don't think you should underestimate this team. They got the heart of a lion. No pun intended. But they're good, man. They're a good team. Their defense is just what kind of lets them down a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to Jay Cross in the building. He says no 49ers, Dallas Eagles. He in that order? Oh, wow. Bruh. Shocked to hear that part of it, but we'll get into it. Moving on. Falcons move to 6-6, and they take out the Jets, who are now 4-8. The Jets lose 13-8. Now they want to go back to Zach Wilson. I mean, is that his name? That is the quarterback's name, right?
Zach Wilson is his name. That is correct.
Yeah, so now they want to go back to him, and I was saying they should have never benched him because the 2 backups behind him ain't no better. And at least Zach can make plays outside the pocket when needed. So it was a mistake to get off of Zach Wilson anyway.
The funny thing to me that is, I don't know if you saw this, that they want him to come back to be the starter, and he's like, nah, I don't want to.
No.
Like, I mean, I feel bad for the dude.
Behind that O-line.
And the funny thing is, like, Jeff and I were talking off stream a couple of days ago, and he thinks that Rodgers makes a return and plays. Why? If I'm Aaron Rodgers or even the Jets, there's 2 aspects you got to think about here. Do you want to keep on winning? More than likely, no, because you will get a first-round pick, probably a top 5 pick. You can draft an old lineman. You could draft a quarterback if you want. You could draft. There's numerous things you can do. You can even trade the pick and accumulate more picks. I mean, there's so many options the Jets have here. And then if you're Aaron Rodgers, do you want to come back and possibly re-injure yourself with that shitty, excuse my language, offensive line? Because that offensive line is horrible.
Exactly.
And why would you jeopardize your career when you can maybe probably be with the Jets next year, and they'll hopefully have a better team around you. You would hope. Why risk that and try to prove some type of point to the NFL or to the fans that you're some type of, genetic freak or whatever? I just don't feel like it's worth it if you're Aaron Rodgers or the Jets. Because if you win more games, it's just going to hurt you in the long run. You want to be in the top 5 pick in the draft because there's so many talented players in this year's draft. Why? I mean, if I'm the Jets, I would just tell Rodgers no, straight up no. They probably will not. They'll let Rodgers do whatever the hell he wants, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
Salah is going to let him play because Salah is fighting for his job. So he's looking at it as, well, see, we won our games if Aaron Rodgers came back. Imagine what you would have done if he played the whole time. That's how he's looking at it. So he's trying to save his job. So, yeah, I think he's going to let him play. If he decides to play, he better not play. And then when you look at like Zach Wilson, we said this last week when we said that Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to be the savior because their O-line was bad. And then on top of that, Elijah Moore, who was there last year, is not there no more. He's in Cleveland. Corey Davis, who was supposed to be your new number 1, retired in the middle of the season. After what, week 2 or week 3? He retired.
Jets is a shit show, bro.
Yeah, like Alan Lazard is not being what y'all thought he was going to be. Randall Cobb is old and washed.
Yeah, Lazard's being sat. Like, he's benched.
Yes.
Like, they're benching the man. So, the Jets is a mess. Yeah. Saleh will probably keep his job because the only bright side of the Jets is their defense. Yeah. So he'll probably keep his job at least one more year. They'll give him another shot. And again, he was dealt a horrible hand, dude. You lose Rodgers the first snap of the NFL season. I got to give him a little bit of a pass. And he's been through a lot of shit this year with the whole Zach Wilson shit. And it's just been a mess in New York. So I give him a bit of a pass because I feel like he is a good coach. I feel like if Rodgers was there, they would be in the hunt for the playoffs. But there's no reason for you to bring him back to jeopardize Rodgers' career. It takes one hit, and he's done. and as a Jets organization, you don't want to win.
Right.
You're probably fine with losing at this point.
So what? They're 4-8. Yeah, they're not making the playoffs, so it's done.
There's no reason for you to.
Just tank
there's
out.
no reason. Yeah, it's no reason. Just lose the rest. Go on with the rest of the season. If you win, you win. You lose, hey, I'd be happy if I was a Jets fan, because you're gonna get a top 5 pick. You're gonna get that top 5 pick, and what do you do with it? I mean, that's the big question mark.
Yeah. So we'll see what they do, man. But moving on, the Cardinals. This game kind of shocked me a little bit. Cardinals.
Me too.
Took out the Steelers, so it's not just the Cowboys. They can lose to the Cardinals, folks. Cardinals took out the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Cardinals are now 3-10. The Steelers are 7-5 after a 24-10 loss to the Cardinals. And to top that off, Kenny Pickett is injured and probably is going to miss the rest of the season.
Yeah, I got Trubisky back there. Look, if you're a Steelers fan, you just gotta say, okay. We played hard, because I don't think anybody expected to think the Steelers would be in the playoff hunt, nor in the playoffs as we speak. If this playoff started today, they would be in the playoffs.
Yep.
I don't think any Steeler fan thought they would be in the hunt for the playoffs, especially with, Pickett and how nobody thinks he's a good quarterback, and there's, just the Steelers not being a good team, but they're playing well. And I think we finally saw what kind of team they really are. They're not good, and they're not good. They don't have the offense to compete with these other AFC teams. Their defense is what's keeping them in the games. And if you can't beat the Cardinals this late in the year, I think they are who we thought they were. They're just not a good team. They are not a good team.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And then you lose. Pickett's not great, and then you get Trubisky, who's
though
about the same as you're not. It's like you're not
is
getting
worse.
Yeah. So it's like, holy shit. Like,
Jeez.
it's just
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. The Dolphins move to 9-3 as they blow out the Commanders 45-15. The Commanders are now 4-9. Tua 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill 5 catches. Buddy had 157 yards and 2 touchdowns on those 5 catches. A-Chain 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did you expect anything else from this?
Dude, the Commanders might be the worst team in the NFL.
Nope. The Patriots are definitely the worst team.
You're probably right, but
and then it's the Jets and Giants.
The Commanders are a joke, bro. They are a joke.
Yeah.
You get this new ownership with Magic Johnson, and you're thinking, oh my goodness. Things are starting to change here in Washington. We got a new ownership. It feels like they're just writing it out, and then they're going to rebuild and reboot at the end of the year. But holy crap, that defense is awful. Tyreek was like 10 yards ahead of the corners when he was catching those balls for touchdowns. The Dolphins, to me, I don't truly buy into the Dolphins quite yet.
Nope.
I feel like they are a one-team punch, like a one-punch team, where if Tyreek gets open, it depends on who's guarding who, because they're I don't know how to explain this team. It's just when they're clicking, they're good.
The AFC Cowboys.
When they got some adversity against them, it's like they can't compete. It's weird. There's some games where you're like, holy crap, this team is unreal. The weapons they have, A-Chain's back. You got Tyreek Hill. You got, Waddle. Their defense is what is a little bit suspect. Seems like that's a lot with these good teams. It's the defense that you got to worry about. So we'll see what happens to them. I don't truly buy into them quite yet, though.
Nah, you can't until they beat a team over 500. Since everybody want to talk about Dallas not beating a team over 500 when we beat 2 of them over 500.
Yeah.
Hey, and then I ain't gonna go on another rant. I'm gonna leave it alone. But the Dolphins do their thing as expected against the Commanders. The Commanders are just falling off the planet, man. I said this last year. Ron Rivera should have been fired. Just like what's his name in LA, Stanley should have been fired.
Yeah,
both of them
Ron
should have been
Rivera.
fired.
What does he know about something in that commander organization to keep him having a job? Back-to-back weeks, this team just got blown out of the water.
Oh, don't
and
forget
he's
that
still
he
a
fired
coach.
his defensive coordinator after the Cowboys.
Yeah,
game,
and it
was his
made no
fault.
difference. It's
Right,
like, oh,
so-
we're gonna, like, come on, man.
Right.
It's time. Obviously, they're probably one of those organizations where they're gonna let it ride out. They don't want to fire him near the middle of the end of the year, which they should. I mean, do what the Panthers did. Just blow it up. Fuck it. Excuse my language. Sorry, but I mean,
good.
it's at this
good.
point of the year when you're not seeing any type of fight from your team, the Commanders have given up.
Yeah.
I mean, they may play harder for someone else at being the coach. They have given up on Ron Rivera. Like this guy, yeah. I don't know what the Commanders are
Terry
doing.
McLaurin, who I have on my fantasy, and I knew to bench him after the Cowboys game. I said, really the game before the Cowboys. I was like, I'm not starting him no more because he's not doing anything. Zero catches, 0 yards.
The best wide receiver on that team is 0 catches. How does
Logan
that even
Thomas,
happen?
Logan Thomas, absolutely nothing. Like I benched both of them because I already knew better.
It's not like, and it's not like the Commanders have a horrible team. Like their offensive players, they got some players.
Yeah.
You know, Howell is a little bit of a question mark. I'm not really sure what I think of him yet.
I'm not sold on him.
You got Scary Terry. Logan Thomas he's a credible tight end.
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, you got some good players.
Gibson
It's
running
just-
behind Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I just don't get that team.
Like
They just given up pretty much.
Yeah, so a team that we thought was going to give up, and they're somehow doing something. The Broncos are now 6-6 after losing to the Texans 22-17. The Texans are now 7-5, and again, AFC is just wide open right now.
That is.
But
absolutely.
Broncos, man, they won 5 straight before this L, and they took the Texans to the wire. And then poor Texans, man, I hate it for. I saw it when it happened. Tank Dell gets injured. He's out for the year. I don't know. We'll see how that affects the Texans. Nico Collins stepped up. Shout out to him. I got him on my fantasy team. But yeah, losing Tank Dell. First of all, why is Tank Dell in the middle of the pile blocking?
Yeah, I don't get that. That's a rookie mistake there. That's definitely a rookie mistake.
Is that a rookie mistake or is that a play calling mistake?
I mean, it could be both. I mean, shit. I mean, we don't know what went down there. I don't know why he was in the pile with 300-pound linemen. I don't understand that.
Like 145 or 135.
Well,
like,
yeah, so not the smartest either play call or decision by Tank Dell, and now he's out for the year. Dude, again, I credit the Broncos for playing tough. They almost could have won that game.
Yeah.
But the Texans, to me, are a good story. You know, they get Stroud, they get Anderson. They're having a pretty good season. They get, you know, the coach. They get a new coach there too. It's a new culture there. They're playing well. So if you're a Texans fan, regardless if you do or don't make the playoffs, I think you're liking what you're seeing on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a rough injury to see Tank Dell lose lose him for the year. It's gonna be interesting how it affects their offense for sure. You know, they just got Pierce back as well a couple of games ago, so you know, we'll see. But yeah, good win for them at home, and their remaining schedule, they could possibly win out. They definitely could possibly win out. The 2 toughest games they got left are the Browns, who have no quarterback. They got Joe Flacco out there, and they got the Colts. So it's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks for the Texans because they could possibly win out, and now with Lawrence injury up in the air, possibly win the division. So
they should do like college football. They should do like college football. The Browns don't have a starting quarterback. The Colts don't have a starting quarterback. You might as well eliminate them now. Don't even give them a chance to play the game. Just eliminate them.
Oh boy,
Just eliminate them. Just eliminate them. No starting quarterback. Hey, last night when Trevor Lawrence got hurt, I tweeted, "Oh, you might as well end the game for the Jaguars because they're not who they were 10 minutes ago."
I mean,
you know, they're not the same team as they was 10 minutes ago when Trevor Lawrence was playing. We're going to get into that, too. Tony Khan, I'm going to get on you, too. We ain't even talking wrestling. I'm going to still get on you about that. But the Broncos, 6-6, Texans, 7-5. Lamar Champion, I hear you. I see you with your jokes, man. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I see you with your jokes. let's get back into it. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers take out the Carolina Panthers, 21-18. This game had no business being this close, but Tampa Bay is 5-7.
You're right.
They still keeping hope alive in Tampa.
Yeah.
Carolina's
next week.
Yeah, Carolina is 1-11. Mike Evans, another season over 1,000 yards. Shout out to Mike Evans, man. That boy,
the most underrated wide receiver in the game by far.
Yeah.
Underrated by he's never mentioned in the top 5, top 10.
Don't understand.
He's getting past. I don't understand. It's probably because he plays for Tampa Bay. I mean, if he was the Cowboys wide receiver,
they just won a Super Bowl not too long ago.
Exactly. And have you seen the quarterbacks this man has had to get those 1,000 yards?
Outside of Tom Brady, right?
Ryan Fitzpatrick was his quarterback at one point when they won. I mean, like, when he hit over 1,000 yards. Like, it's just I don't understand it. Like Tampa Bay, they shouldn't have struggled against Carolina. I feel like they were playing on a different level Sunday because they were, they lose their coach. They're probably like, let's win one for this guy. We didn't have any linebackers. Devin White, Levante David did not play. We had KJ Britt in the game. First series of the game. We lose him for the game. So we had safeties at linebacker. We had safeties at linebacker playing on Sunday. So they were able to run the ball on us. That's why they kept it close. Baker threw a turnover. It was another bad weather game. It was raining. So, I mean, still, we can't get nothing going on offense, running the ball. Mike Evans played very well. No shocker there. The defense was solid. They could have played a little bit better, but with all the injuries we had, I think they played the best that they could. But again, I don't know how I should feel about this. Yeah, I'm happy they won. But at the end of the day, I should feel like they need to stop it, Jeff. You need to shush. I feel like at the end of the day, I want them to lose because I want Todd Bowles to be fired. I want him out as the Tampa Bay coach. I don't feel like he does anything for this team. There's going to be so many good candidates coming up at the end of the year that we could easily replace him with, and that would be a better fit for this Tampa Bay offense. Yes, the defense plays good, probably, because of him, maybe, I don't know, but I don't want Tom Bowles to be the coach next year.
If y'all win a division and we end up getting a rematch in Tampa Bay again, I'm gonna be so mad about that.
And y'all are gonna like 50-0. It's like it's not even gonna be a competitive game. Like if Florida State made the playoffs, I'm just saying, I'm just saying they should have no chance of making the playoffs. But that NFC South division is so horrible.
I'm just add that to the notes.
We'll see what happens.
Just add that little comment to the notes because I'm about to cook all that. Don't worry about it. It's coming. It's coming.
But yeah, win's a win. Next week they play the Falcons, who are the division leader. We lost to them earlier in the year. If they beat us this week, I think our playoff hopes are pretty much done for. Because we still got to play the Jags. We still got to play a hot Green Bay team coming up soon. So
y'all beat the Jags.
I think if we lose this week, our playoff hopes are pretty much done for.
We'll see. A team that's still trying to make some noise, even though they shouldn't have these many wins. The LA Rams blow out the Cleveland Browns 36-19. LA at 6-6. The Browns are 7-5. I mean, just two hard fighting teams. That's all I could get out of that.
Yeah, you got Joe Flacco at quarterback. I mean, I feel bad for the Browns, dude. And there's another fan base that I would love to see their team do well. Because the Browns, they've been through so much shit as a fan base. And then they kind of see some light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And then they lose Watson for the whole year. And then they have to bring in Flacco of all people to kind of save the day. And he played okay until the second half hit, and then that's when they went to shambles for them. Again, it was like you said, it's just two teams, mediocre teams at this point, playing hard. The Rams, I mean, they're 6-6. It's not impossible for them to make the playoffs, so they got something to play for. So yeah, it's just not a great game.
Yeah, they're tied with the Seahawks, who was right there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, actually they are above the Seahawks.
Yeah,
they beat them.
Tiebreaker. Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, okay, Jeff.
Cowboys beat both of them, so
Oh, okay.
Just
Sorry. My apologies. My
Cowboys beat both of them, and they destroyed the Rams. So anyway, moving on. 49ers blow out the Eagles at home, 42-19. 49ers are now 9-3. Eagles are now 10-2. Brock Purdy, 314 yards, 4 touchdowns. McCaffrey, 17 carries, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. Deebo Samuels, 4 catches, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's get into the Eagles box score so we can kind of compare and break it down a little bit. Jalen Hurts, 26 of 45, 298, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. Jalen Hurts also led the team in rushing, which is a problem. But we're going to get into it with 7 carries and 20 yards. A.J. Brown was typical A.J. Brown, 8 catches, 114 yards. Devontae Smith, 9 catches, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. Eagles started off moving the ball like it was going to be an easy game for them. And I was like, oh, man, like the Eagles about to show me something. Like they're about to shut me up because y'all already know I picked the 49ers to destroy the Eagles. I've been saying it for like a month, right? And I've been saying since the playoff game that this team is different when they are healthy. If Brock Purdy would have played, you know the whole story that I've been
right,
100%. So but once the first 2 drives that the Eagles did and they forced San Francisco to go 3 and out, I was like, okay, Eagles about to shut me up, and then it just went downhill real quick.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this game?
I don't know, man. I want to say I apologize to Brock Purdy. I still call him a mediocre quarterback. I still don't want to truly believe in him yet because I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. A lot of his catches for touchdowns and his yardage are boosts because of the yards after catch. I saw something on Twitter where he has like the most yards after catch from a wide receiver.
216 of his 314 was yards after catch.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, do we want to say, like, do we want to crown Brock Purdy, or is it because of who he's playing with? So, dude, the tackling by the Eagles was not good. The defense did not show up for the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday.
Shaq Leonard.
I don't know what the offensive strategy was going into that game either. Like you said, Jalen Hurts led the team in rushing. DeAndre Swift did not give him the ball. Much of anything on the offensive side when Swift has been like one of their best players.
He touched the ball 6 times the whole game. They don't give him the ball.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, I don't understand what they were trying to prove. Like, oh, we're gonna go and throw it on your ass. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the mindset of the play calling from the Eagles that year. The funny thing is that I was talking to Jeff about this game, who's an Eagles fan, obviously. He thinks that the offensive coordinator is no longer calling the plays and that it's the head coach calling the plays now. Because if you could see the difference of the way that they're playing in the last couple of weeks, which could be an interesting thing to look into.
I could believe
that could be definitely interesting to see if that is the case, because the offense from the Eagles has not looked the same since we've seen them a couple of weeks ago. You got to give props.
Why would he take over the play calling? Because that's just arrogance if that's true.
I have no clue. I'm just wondering why he would if that is the case. Again, you got to give props to the Niners. They went in there and smacked the Eagles in the mouth. They played well on both sides of the field. Like you said, they sacked Hurts. They were able to get to him. They were able to do pretty much whatever they wanted on offense for the majority of the time.
Man,
I don't think this makes the Eagles like pretenders or less of a chance of being in the Super Bowl at the end of the year. Just feel like, it was their time. The last couple of games they've been playing really close or playing from behind and then ended up winning the game.
Right.
One of these games were eventually going to happen when they were going to lose. I don't think anyone thought this game was going to be one-sided, like it was on Sunday. But again, Eagles have a lot of work to do. They got destroyed on defense. The defense didn't look good at all. I'll give you that. You called it. But other than that, I did not. I think the Eagles needed this type of a loss, especially a week ahead of playing the Dallas Cowboys, a big divisional matchup. I think they needed a rude awakening, like they did on Sunday. So I think we see a different. I think we see a different Eagles team on Sunday against the Cowboys. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, a big time matchup, because I think this will pretty much clarify who's going to win that division with this game on Sunday, especially who the teams have remaining on their schedule. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, the Eagles just did not look good on Sunday. You got to give props to the Niners. They look good.
People like not like the realistic people that watch the show and like Jay Cross and you and whoever else that come in and watch replays or whatever. But like just random Eagles fans, the ones that don't have a face on their photos and they just be on Twitter and stuff, just trolling and stuff. Yeah. Those are the idiots that always come in and be like, oh, you a hater. If you a hater this on Facebook. Like, they really been on Facebook the last 2 weeks on my Facebook for crazy. Never seen them before in my life. But they just see a post and they think I'm just trying to down talk the Eagles. And I'm like, bro, I'm just calling you how I see it. I'm a Cowboys fan. We don't like the 49ers either, bro. We don't like them either. Yeah. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing from playing this team 3 years in a row. They are some real life bullies. And if they are healthy, they are the best team in the freaking NFC, probably the NFL. Push play to DJ. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through. Shout out to everybody on YouTube coming in and out. I see y'all. Appreciate if you can like the video. It helps it go a long way while we're live. If you like the video, even when we're not, live, just like the video is free. But like I'm watching this team. I'm like, bro, Dallas is not a bad team. The only hurdle that we can't get over is the 49ers. That's the only hurdle we can't get over. I'm not worried about playing nobody else in the NFL but the 49ers. So if I'm saying that, and I'm seeing how the Eagles are playing this year compared to how the Eagles were last year, and I'm telling y'all, hey, 49ers are going to beat the Eagles if they're healthy, and they're going to beat them down. If I'm saying that, and I'm saying in the power rankings last week, even though the Eagles got a better record still, I still got to put the 49ers ahead of them. It's a reason. Like, I'm not trying to hate on the Eagles. What's going to happen is the Eagles are going to lose to Dallas Sunday, but at the end of the day, they're still going to win a division because Dallas is going to lose. I'm confident that they can win out, but I think they're going to lose either in Buffalo or in Miami. One of those games, they're gonna slip. One of those games, and I'm thinking. Right now, I'm leaning towards Buffalo because I think the weather is going to be bad there. So I'm leaning towards Buffalo. They could change within the next week or two. But they're going to beat the Eagles Sunday. And then the Eagles most likely will win out the rest of their schedule. And they have the tiebreaker because they have, better wins than us. And they'll end up winning the division. We'll be stuck in this spot that we're in. I've been on Twitter trying to prepare Cowboys fans now to get ready for the 49ers. Because we're going to play, whoever wins y'all division. And then it's the 49ers again. Like, you can't avoid them. Even if you do win, the division and we get number 1 seed or whatever, you can't avoid the 49ers. You're going to have to play them at some point if you want to get to the Super Bowl. So you need to tuck your nuts up and you need to man up and get ready for it. Stop trying to avoid this team and just man up. That's it. Yeah. So, Jake, hold on, Lamar Champion, they gonna lose to the line. Man, get out of here. You want to bet? You want to bet? You want to bet? And Jimmy Johnson is getting inducted to the Ring of Honor. Then you want to bet? We can put some money on it right now, Lamar Champion, in front of everybody. We got witnesses. I'm telling y'all finna get smacked. Jay Cross said, nah, they won't beat the Eagles. They're gonna kill the Eagles. I don't know about kill. But Dallas is definitely going to put 40 on it. I think it's going to be similar to last year's second game where we had to score 40. You know what I'm saying? To beat you guys. But we'll see. We'll see. If they do kill them, it's going to change my mind about a lot of stuff. My mind has already changed about this team. My mind has already changed about this team. I don't do the Super Bowl talk, but I feel more confident in this team than I've ever felt maybe since 2016. And you saw what they was 13-3 and they should have beat the Packers, but the defense was like one of the worst of all time at that time. And Aaron Rodgers had the ball last. Let me see what Lamar Champion talking about. There's one thing I have learned in 50 years on Earth: never bet on the Lions all right, as long as you know. They surprised you. All right. Well, let me tell you this, Lamat champion. It's 3 weeks away, I believe, or 4 weeks away. Cowboys are going to kick y'all ass.
Bruh.
Period. Period. Y'all defense is way too suspect to come into our home against our offense and think y'all going to do anything with us. Stop it. Please. But anyway, I think Philly will still win the division, but I think they will lose to the Cowboys Sunday. And what should happen is, what the Cowboys fans are hoping for is somehow Seahawks, who's desperate, somehow they could give them a tough game the following week. I don't see Eagles losing 3 in a row, but the Seahawks could be the team that's, sneak up on them. Or you can hope that Arizona get another sneaky victory, or Tyrod Taylor is coming back. Maybe they sneak one out of 2. Who knows? I just don't see it happening. Chump ass, what's good, man? But 49ers, they'll probably end up being the number 1 seed overall. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to look at their schedule. I believe they have the Ravens coming up pretty soon too. So that could hurt them. But we'll get into that. The Chiefs go to Lambeau Field and take a L to the Packers, 27-19. Chiefs 8-4, Packers 6-6. Jordan Love, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. Travis Kelce has not been looking like Travis Kelce, but he did have 81 yards on 4 catches. Pat Mahomes has to be perfect for the Chiefs to win. That's what I saw in that game. What about you?
I think I don't know, man. The Chiefs are struggling right now. I feel bad for Mahomes because he has nobody, dude. I mean, other than Pacheco and Travis Kelce, that team is mediocre as hell on offense. And then they got the most drops in the NFL. Oh yeah, don't get the Chiefs fans started on Taylor Swift.
I'm telling you.
I mean, the defense is really the only bright side from the Kansas City Chiefs. They have been the surprise of this year. I don't think anybody thought the Chiefs' defense would be better than their offense, but their offense is struggling hardcore, man. When you only put how much did they only put on? I think it was 10 or 12 points, 19 points, against the Packers.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. The Chiefs are really, really struggling right now on offense. I think if you're one of these AFC teams, you have a chance to beat this team in the playoffs. I don't think you're scared to face the Chiefs like you were in past years to get them in the playoffs. I think if you get them, you might be thinking you could take this team to the limit and actually possibly beat them. Obviously, they're going to win the division. You have to play in Kansas City, but I think they're as vulnerable as ever as a football team. So I think the AFC is definitely wide open. I think it's not very one-sided like it's been the last couple of years. The Chiefs are struggling. I think they have no offensive weapons other than Pacheco and Kelce. So if you shut them 2 down, I mean, are you going to believe in MVS or Rasheed Wallace or Kadarius Toney or any of these other wide receivers that can't catch the ball seemingly? Did I say Rashid? Rashid.
You said Rasheed Wallace.
Did I say Wallace? Yes. My bad. Wrong person. I mean, he may be able to catch the ball better than him. I don't know at this point, but like this team is just dropping footballs left and right. So I'm not scared of the Chiefs. I think they're not a Super Bowl contender this year, which is kind of shocking to say, seeing who they have as their quarterback. Because it's not Mahomes' fault that this team cannot catch the ball. It's not like he's throwing hard passes to them. They just can't catch. So yeah, not a good loss.
They could have had.
I mean, never a loss. They could have. Yeah, a loss is never good. But when you lose to the Packers, who are mediocre at best. They have been playing a lot better as of late. Don't get me wrong, but they should have won that game. They should have went into Green Bay and beat them. Not a good game for the Chiefs. No positives coming out of that game at all.
Matt Champion, he meant Ben Wallace.
Shit. To not go after anyone during the trade deadline,
arrogance,
or not go after anybody in the it's arrogance. They think, oh, we got Mahomes in the backfield, we can do whatever we want. We have Kelce as well. Yeah. Good. Like, again, Pacheco has came up. He's been playing a lot better. If he stopped that running game, Then what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just gonna throw it to Kelsey 20 times in the game, like,
and they double him. Because they not
Exactly.
worried about nobody else. So Scott Moore, I thought he would be way better this year, and he's not doing anything.
nope.
Rice is hit or miss. Kadarius Toney, I thought he would be way better this year. He's not doing anything.
No.
And then what's his name? What's the one that's dropping stuff? Marcus Valdez Scantley.
Yeah.
Can't catch the ball. He can get open
Nothing.
because
Yeah.
can't nobody run with him, but he can't catch the ball. So
No.
hey man, I ain't gonna say poor Pat Mahomes because Pat Mahomes has been to 5 straight AFC championship games. He
Yeah.
won
Exactly.
multiple Super Bowls.
I think that
so
streak breaks though.
we'll see, man. We'll see. But moving on, Monday night game that should have never taken place because either team, because the Bengals don't have a starting quarterback. Joe Burrow was out, so I don't even know why they're playing. The Bengals moved to 6-6, taking out the Jaguars, 34-31. The Jags are now 8-4, but it doesn't matter if they're 8-4. Just go ahead and disqualify them now because Trevor Lawrence got hurt. So let's get a committee together and let's disqualify the 8-4 Jags and let's just go ahead and eliminate them now. Let's just put somebody else in because they don't have a starting quarterback. So they're not the same team that they was just yesterday. Your thoughts?
How the fuck do you not have a cart for your star quarterback who's hurt? You make him walk off the field.
I'm glad you did because I was finna go there.
Like,
but I'll let
what
you
the hell is going on in Jacksonville? Like, you don't have a cart to take this man off the field and take him to the locker room?
You have a cart for Stadium Stampede, Tony Khan, but you don't have a cart for your starting quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
there was like a funny tweet saying they spent all the money signing Brandon Cutler, then they couldn't buy a medical cart to take this guy. I mean, golly, this guy is walking off the field with which they did finally announce it was a high ankle sprain.
It looked bad.
So it did look bad. So he'll probably be out for the rest of the year. He may come back for the playoffs, but a high ankle sprain, that ain't no. I mean, you can't just come out and rub dirt on it and come back and play the next game. That's a tough injury to overcome. So he'll definitely be out next week and probably a couple of weeks. So
just disqualify him. It don't matter.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
That was embarrassing. If you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, you should be embarrassed as an organization for having your star quarterback having to walk off the field like that. A good win for the Bengals, seeing that they had their backup playing and he played at lights out. Like, he played really, really good against that Jacksonville team. I don't really have much to say about this game other than it was an entertaining game on a Monday Night Football.
Yep.
And it sucks for the Jags, who are playing very well, who could have won and taken over that number 1 seed, lose their star quarterback.
Yeah. Number 1 seed gone bye-bye. You're
Yeah.
going to lose the rest of your games because Trevor Lawrence is not there. So
More than likely, yeah. You have Betherford as your backup quarterback. I don't have no trust in that. man.
they said the Bengals are going to lose the rest of their games, but they're 6-6 still in playoff contention. But fuck it.
Surprisingly.
You might as well eliminate their ass too. Just get them out of there. Anybody that don't have a
just
starting
do it.
quarterback, just get them out. Get them out. 'Cause the
Screw
team,
backs.
it's not a team game. It's a quarterback game. That's why the quarterbacks are the only ones that win MVPs now. So it's not a team
Facts. Yeah,
game.
that's
Yeah,
true.
it's the
You ain't
quarterback.
lying.
The quarterback and the others. I don't even know why the others even get paid. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Just cancel all their games, bro.
Just all of them. So, like, when the Cardinals beat the Cowboys, they didn't have a starting quarterback. I guess they should have never played that game, right? Whatever. That's week 13 right there. Or was it week 12? That's week 13 wraps right there. We're about to get into these power rankings. The Bills, the Bears, the Raiders, the Vikings, the Giants, and Ravens all had a bye week this week. Let's get into these power rankings, and then we'll get into this college football. Ooh, I'm ready to go off. Let's go, baby. Bow, there it is. You see last week's, even though we didn't go live, we still got our power rankings up from last week. And I did it during the watch along Thursday, I believe, when I put them up. So Tony had the Chiefs at 5, Cowboys 4, Ravens 3, 49ers 2, Eagles 1. I had the Chiefs 5, Cowboys 4, Ravens 3, Eagles 2, 49ers 1. And I think I'm gonna go first this week. Mine is pretty
Okay.
Mine is pretty easy.
Let's do it.
because I don't think really nothing much changed. Only thing really changed is I'm taking the Chiefs out and I'm putting the Dolphins at 5. 4. This the hard one for me because I don't want to be biased, but I feel with my prediction that the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles, I'm gonna put the Eagles at 4. This is the lowest the Eagles have been all year. I'm gonna put the Eagles at 4 since their winning streak to stop. I'm gonna put the Cowboys at 3 just because I got the Cowboys beating the Eagles Sunday. I got the Ravens at 2, and then I got the 49ers at 1. And that's my top 5 right there.
Okay.
So the Eagles took a drop. Cowboys finally get back in the top 3 for the first time in a month and a half, maybe longer. And the Dolphins are back in my top 5 now. Hold on, what did he say? Only because the Ravens on the bye. Hey, it doesn't matter. I got the Ravens. The Ravens are still the second best team, maybe in NFL. Maybe we'll see.
All right, let me go here. Number 5. I'm gonna go Dolphins as well. Number 5. I don't truly again buy into the Dolphins. But it's hard not to put them in the top 5.
Yeah.
I gotta put them up there. They're playing good. I mean, their offense is explosive. But I still don't truly buy into them yet. But I have them at number 5. Excuse me. The lowest I've ever put this team all year. They've either been number 1 or number 2. I got to go number 4 with the Philadelphia Eagles. Only because of the way they lost. I still think they're one of the top 3 teams in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I have to put them at number 4 this week. Number 3, I have the Baltimore Ravens.
Wow.
You know, they didn't play. So I guess that kind of puts it into play. I wasn't like blown away of how good they played this week. But I have the Baltimore Ravens at number 3. I think they may be the best AFC team in the NFL. So I'm going to put them at number 3. Number 2, I can't believe I'm saying this. Now the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys at number 2. I have the Cowboys at number 2. They've been playing very well these last couple of games, regardless of who they're playing. They've been beating who's in front of them. And they've been beating them pretty well, pretty handedly.
Yeah.
Dak is playing at another level right now. Again, despite who they're playing, he's playing well. And I think they have one of the best offenses in the NFL. They are a scary team on offense. Their defense is questionable, but their offense, man, with those weapons they have, with Lamb, the way he's playing as of late, you got Pollard, you got Dak playing
Brandon
at the way
Cooks,
he is.
Then woke up.
You know,
Ferguson
Brandon
woke
Cooks
up.
starting to get more involved in the offense. You got Ferguson playing very well as well. I think that Cowboys team is a top 5 offense, and they are scary. They are a scary team, man. If you get behind on them, then that defense is showing up that day, you're going to be in for a long day or night. So I think the Cowboys right now at number 2. And how do you not put the 49ers at number 1? I've been doubting this team all year, especially with the quarterback that they have. And I still don't think if they're down and they have to rely on Brock Purdy to get them back in the game, I don't think they will win. I think they are a team that has to hold on to the league and hold it and outplay their team, because I don't think Brock Purdy can lead them back. I have yet to see Brock Purdy down 7 and have to go down the field 80 yards or 75 yards and tie the ball game or win the game. Until I see that, I'm not truly in on the Brock Purdy party. I have to see him actually prove to me that it's him that's doing it and not Debo and Ayuk and McCaffrey and Kittle that are the way he's playing. So I haven't bought in on Brock Purdy yet. I still haven't. He's playing well. I'll give him that. But I'm not buying in on Brock. So, yeah, number 1 is the Niners for sure.
We got on YouTube, Chump ass and made his way over there. Say Tua is the biggest question mark. He's playing well, but who knows if he can keep it up in the playoffs. Push Play say the Eagles, Dolphins, Ravens, Cowboys, 49ers in that order. So he got the Eagles at 5. The Dolphins before the Eagles push? I don't know about that one, my guy. Especially after they didn't beat them head-to-head already. That defense is very suspect. Dolphins have yet to beat a team over 500 versus the Eagles, who have beaten the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Cowboys, and the Bills, who now 6-6. So, yeah, I can't put Miami ahead of the Eagles. I can't do that at all. I feel low key kind of biased by putting them at 4 right now, but I'm doing that. I'm doing that because I've been saying for weeks that the Cowboys are gonna beat the Eagles, so I gotta stick to my, order. It won't make sense for me to put them ahead of the Cowboys when I feel like the Cowboys are gonna beat them in the rematch. Rob is only an hour late again. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Rob. He's coming back talking noise to my granny is making me paint the walls. Get out of here. So yeah, these are the hold on. Make sure I almost deleted it. Let me make sure I get them on here. These are the top 5 for week 13. Let's get into the predictions of week 14 and then again college football. So we gonna make these predictions real quick. Patriots at the Steelers Thursday night game. Patriots 2-10. Steelers are 7-5. No Kenny Pickett.
That's gonna go get into the tie. Go Steelers.
I got the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 5 at home. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Atlanta is favored by 2.5.
And must-win game for Tampa. You know what? I rarely pick them to win games, but I'm gonna go Tampa beats the Falcons.
I got Tampa as well. Lamar champion facts because all his players are leaving right now, but we're gonna get into that. Detroit at Chicago. Detroit is only favored by 3.
I got Detroit. I think they went in there sleepwalking last time they played the Chicago Bears and almost lost.
Yeah.
I think Detroit will show up and respect the Bears this time, and they will beat them handedly.
You know what? I don't know why I'm feeling like Chicago's gonna sneak one out, man. But I take Detroit right now too. Do I chump ass on YouTube? Do you think New England will fire the coach? No, they're gonna mutually split ways at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They're not gonna fire him. You can't fire Bill Belichick. I'm sorry. I don't care what they look like this year. You can't just fire him.
Right.
75 Colts with their backup quarterback. This game should just be eliminated. Just get rid of the whole game. 75 Colts with their backup quarterback taking on the 6-6 Bengals with their backup quarterback. Who cares, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I mean, unwatchable game in my opinion. I'm gonna go Colts.
Who cares? I take the Colts as well, but it doesn't matter. You might as well eliminate both of them. They don't have their starting quarterbacks. 2 more teams that's in the playoffs but don't have starting quarterbacks. 8-4 Jags take on the 7-5 Browns in Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 3. Who cares?
Man, I'm gonna go Browns.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the Browns too, but it doesn't matter. They don't have quarterbacks. They are eliminated, right?
True.
Panthers versus the Saints.
Oh God.
Jeez.
You know what? I'm gonna go upset alert just for you, Rob. Panthers defeat the Saints.
No, I got the Saints. You know it's coming, Rob. I know you feel it. Texans versus the Jets. You know the Jets don't have a quarterback, so who cares? Texans are gonna win.
Oh yeah, Texans by far. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. No starter quarterback, no reason to play. Chump ass says on YouTube. That's facts. Yeah, that's what we learned this past Sunday. You don't have a quarterback. There's no reason to even get on the field. The Rams taking on the Ravens. I feel bad for the Rams. The Ravens coming off a bye in Baltimore. Ravens all day.
Ravens. Yeah, Ravens.
So he said, I can't wait to fantasy so I can stop supporting the Bucs player. Wow. I got the Ravens all day. Vikings without their starting quarterback, so who cares? Versus the Raiders. 6-6 versus 5-7. Minnesota
might get Jefferson back. Might get Jefferson back that game too. I'm gonna go Vikings.
That's actually a tough one to pick. After what I saw from Josh Dobbs the last game, I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
That was rough. that was a bit rough.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Because they actually still fighting for playoff position too. See if they can sneak up in there.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of 6-6 and 7-5s and 5-7s. The 49ers taking on the Seahawks in a rematch from Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, where the Niners handedly beat the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Niners, man. Niners just look too good right now. It's hard to tell. It's hard to take them over it's hard to have them lose to anybody right now. Until I see them lose.
They're favored by 10.5.
Wow. It's in Seattle?
No, it's in. Well,
it's San Francisco.
Yeah, they already blown them out.
Okay, I was about to say, holy moly, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Nah, that's still bad. 10 points? Wow.
10.5.
God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go Niners though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Niners too. This might be a crazy one. The Bills at the Chiefs.
I gotta go with my boy Josh Allen.
Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Y'all just won't let that Josh Allen train go. Get off the train.
I'm telling you, man. He's my favorite quarterback, man. I'm on the Josh Allen train, bro. I've always been on the Josh Allen train. It's gonna be hard for me to not have him on. Dude, I like Josh Allen.
That's crazy. You like Josh Allen, but you don't want to give Dak any. You don't want to get Dak.
I love Dak. I'm a Dak guy. I am a Dak supporter, 100%.
Yeah, you are.
I love Dak. I like Dak, man. I would love to have Dak on my team. I'd pick Josh Allen over Dak, though, but that's a different story.
Nah, man. Get out of here. Y'all been living off that one.
But I love Dak, man. I think Dak gets unwanted hate, for real. Like, it's not warranted the type of hate Dak gets. And it's all because of Cowboys fans salty over Romo and bullshit. I think Dak should be getting, to me, I want to go in this whole tandem. It is shocking to me that the Cowboys have a good quarterback, yet they still hate him. That makes zero sense to me. That's like having Luka or Tim Duncan as your best player, yet you hate him because he replaced your favorite player on the team. That makes zero sense to me.
Who did absolutely nothing when he was here.
I don't understand. I don't get it. It don't make sense to me.
I understand, but I'm not gonna go there right now. I live out here in Dallas. Yeah, so Broncos at the Chargers.
I think the Chargers win.
Chargers favored by 3. I'm taking the Broncos. I'm done with the Chargers, man. I spent years.
You know what? Let's go Broncos, because I hope the Chargers lose so they get their coach out of there.
Yeah,
let's go there.
I'm done with the Chargers, man. Chargers is one of those teams that for the last 4 years, I've said this team is good. Watch out for them. They're gonna be a slippery. They're gonna do this. They got this talent, that talent, and they never do nothing. I'm done with them. I'm done with the Chargers. So
get them the fuck out of here.
Right, just out. We had a doubleheader on Monday, but Sunday night, Eagles at the Cowboys. This is the game of the week. I already gave you my prediction. We dropping 40 on their head again. And at the end of the day, it'll be 2 10-3 teams at the top of the NFC East. Oof. Cowboys favored by 3.5.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to go Cowboys. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You should listen to that.
I think the Cowboys are a scary team.
At home.
I don't think they're undefeated at home as well. But I'm gonna go Philly.
Oh hell no! This man just hates the Cowboys, man. He just don't want to give the Cowboys no credible wins around here. That's cool. That's fine. They're gonna lose, bro. Philly's gonna lose. It's about to be, yeah.
And I'll say this too: Cowboys don't drop 40 on them.
All right, no less than 35.
I think they don't go over 30.
Hell no. Cowboys are dropping no less than 35.
$5 bet.
5. There we go.
5,
we shake
right
hands right here, right on the camera. There you go. $5. So Cowboys dropping. What is it? Is it 35 or the 40?
I think. What's up? You froze. Your camera froze.
Nah, I'm good.
What'd you say before that? You said
35.
something about 40.
Is the 5
no more than 35? What do you want to do? More than 35 or more than 30?
35. They're scoring no less than 35 points for $5. If you want to go 10, No
deal. We'll go 10. I'll do 10. 10.
10, 35.
10.
Cowboys will score.
All right, 10.
There you go.
10. All right,
y'all
10,
heard it
10.
here. Get it, save,
Right.
clip it, do whatever. Cowboys
10.
will score 35 or more points, or I have to send Tony $10.
Same here. PayPal it. Let's do PayPal.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
A Monday night doubleheader. Titans at the Dolphins. Ooh, Dolphins favored by 14. Golly. Jeez.
Dolphins. I mean, holy crap. 14?
Golly.
Damn.
Yeah, Dolphins all day. Packers at the Giants. Green Bay is favored by 6.5.
Packers.
Is Tyrod
Even
Taylor
though
coming back this week?
I heard there was talk about him returning, but do you go with? I mean, DeVito's been playing solid for you. Do you drop him for Tyrod? I think you might have to ride with DeVito.
Yes. Tyrod was getting hot when he got hurt.
He was playing well with them. I'll give you
Right.
that. But I mean, do you just give up on DeVito and just?
Yes.
I mean, maybe you will.
Yes.
Maybe.
Get Danny DeVito out of here. Look, Jay Cross said, "Oh wow, Tony, you out $10." Now, come on, Jay Cross, y'all just got Shaq Leonard, man. Like,
nah.
I believe. What is your thoughts on Shaq Leonard?
I think it's a great pickup for the Eagles, man. I don't blame him for going there over the Dallas Cowboys.
That's some bullshit.
But I think it's a huge pickup for the Eagles. Will it make much of a difference on defense? We'll have to see. Will he play Sunday? I'm pretty sure he'll play on Sunday against the Cowboys as well.
I hope he plays.
But I'm excited for him because he's such a good dude, man. Like seeing that he got released the week of Thanksgiving, still went to the Colts Thanksgiving thing charity where he was handing out Thanksgiving turkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Then went to the game on Sunday to support the Colts. Goes out there and supports the player who freaking pretty much replaced him. I think he's a class act, a good dude, and I hope he does well with the Eagles.
Of course, as a homer, I wanted him to come to Dallas.
I mean, if he would have went to any contender, Cowboys, Eagles, Ravens, whoever, I hope he does well. Like, because he's just a good dude. I think he's a really good guy.
I think he helps the Eagles, but I'm not sure if he puts them over the top where they need to be. The way they've been playing recently, but I mean, he does add to that front seven as far as like the run game and all that. The question I have is, even if he came here, can he still cover? Right? That's my question. I don't know if he can still cover. And I didn't mind having him here because we don't need him to cover here. We have Marquise Bell and his speed, and then we have our safeties moving up for coverage packages here from the linebacker position. So we just needed him to stop the run. So I felt like he would have fit better here because we don't need him to be the everyday linebacker, every down linebacker like they're going to need him in Philly to be. We just need him on run plays. We don't need him to cover. Yeah. So I felt like it would have been easy, but he decided to play Captain Save-A-Ho and decided to go to Philly. He saw the game Sunday and decided that he wanted to go there. Rob,
there you go.
Every day, every time we stream, you come in an hour late, then you come in on your BS, Rob. Why? Why? Just anyway, that is Week 14 predictions, man. Let's get right into this college football. This BS here.
Oh boy!
As you see, Michigan is now number 1, Washington is number 2, Texas is number 3, Alabama is number 4, Florida State is 5, Georgia is 6. How the hell do you skip a top 5? It's not even a top 5. How do you... Let me come.
I called it. I said it. I said it on this show.
How?
It leaked.
How do you skip a Power 5 undefeated team that are conference champions for not one? I could kind of understand it if you did one, but 2 teams that got L's on the season. 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you this. Okay, go.
Hold on, I got one more question.
Go off on this.
I'm not going off yet. I'm just asking questions, and I'm gonna let you do what you do. Then I'm gonna go off. Georgia, and if you're Georgia, how do you drop from 1 all the way to 6 when you lost by 3 for the first time in 3 years?
Now that one I agree with. I think I said it on our last show. It was 2 weeks ago that they would get jumped by Texas, which they did. They technically did get jumped by Texas. I didn't think Georgia was going to get dropped out of the top 4. Like, even with a loss to Bama, because I didn't think Bama was going to win against Georgia at the time. I had Georgia beating Bama, I had Texas winning the Big 12, and they would hop over Florida State. Getting Georgia out, I think if you're Georgia, they have more of a right to be complaining than Florida State to me, because they won 2 straight years in a row without losing a game. And then they get dropped to number 6.
Never seen
that
before.
To me is,
from 1 to 6.
That's disrespectful. And they lost by 3. It's not like they got blown out by Bama. They lost by 3 damn points. That to me is ridiculous. They shouldn't have been dropped out of the top 4. To me, it should have been Texas in there. Or even if you want to replace Texas with Bama, I would be okay with. But to me, I get why they didn't put Florida State in. Is it right that they didn't put Florida State in? Absolutely not. But I understand why they did it. You got to go with the mindset that they're all about making money, and they're all about getting revenue from the ratings that they're going to receive for whatever bowl game that is going to happen. So now, the committee don't have no balls, bro. They have no balls. They have no testicles. The big ball move would be to put Florida State in the conference, into the playoff, regardless who the damn quarterback is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, 6th stringer, whoever it is, they should have put Florida State in. I agree with you, but I understand why they did it. They didn't want Florida State to go in there and face Michigan and get trounced, which more than likely, let's be real, would have happened.
Go ahead.
Let's be real. All right. Now, if they would have had their original quarterback, I think they would have still stood a chance, but they would have lost to Michigan anyways. Let's be real. I mean, let's be 100, as they say, right? Now, if the Florida State quarterback, I'm not sure what the 3rd stringer name is, so no disrespect to him.
He's not.
If they wouldn't have struggled against Louisville, because they did, they struggled. They barely beat them. Let's be real.
They won by double digits, man.
What was the final score?
It was 16-6.
Okay, let's be real.
That's a 10-point win in football.
That's a 10-point win, but they dropped 16 on Louisville. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Let's be real.
Okay.
They struggled.
Go ahead.
So they struggled against teams with the 3rd stringer. So I think the playoff committee felt like it is double digit. I get it, but it's not a good double digit win. I mean, 16 points. Let's be real. Come on, the 16 points. Like, goddamn. Come on. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. All right. So, the 2nd stringer will be in for the bowl game. Okay. All right. My apologies. The 2nd stringer, he still would have got his ass beat by Michigan. Let's be real. Let's just be real. Anyways, regardless of the point, they are obviously putting in the better teams for ratings, numbers, for money for that. They obviously want, the bigger teams in it, like Alabama and Texas. And they felt like Florida State would not have any sort of chance against Michigan. And that's my mindset. Now, did Florida State get gypped? Yes. I think Florida State should have been in the top 4. I do feel like they have a great defense that could compete with Michigan. Ultimately, they would have lost. I'm just being honest. That's just how I feel. And I feel like if they had their starting quarterback, they would have been in the top 4. But all the things I've been seeing is that the Florida State Seminoles are a different team now without their starting quarterback. Now, you've watched more Seminole games than I have, obviously.
Every single one of them.
So you are the one that could say yes or no if they look different. Obviously, they have a top 5 defense in college football. Top 2, I believe. Like, they're one of the best defenses in football. So, again, was it disrespectful to not put them in? Absolutely. Do I understand why they didn't put them in? Absolutely. Like, I feel like I understand why they didn't put them in, regardless if it's fair or not. You know? But go ahead. I know you got a rant. Go ahead.
Let me do my Skip Bayless.
You just need a pin now.
Now, here we go, right? Here we go. It's BS, bro. I don't want to hear that. And the reason is hold on, because Twitch trying to send y'all to the ad. Let me snooze that. I want y'all to hear this. Let me see if I got it snooze. I don't want y'all getting sent to the ad while I'm talking. J. Cross said Tony talking out of both sides of his mouth. Push said the road making slander is wild and he sounds like the committee. Florida State is better than Michigan on defense. Chump ass talk about Michigan loss. Yeah, yep, they did. Did the snooze work? Okay, Rob said W snooze. I Reverend Dope come to the altar. Man, let me tell you something, man. This is some BS. This is politics. And if people are fine, everybody got excuses on social media that's saying there's anything but politics. All y'all know what to do. Shut up, Shut up, B. You heard what The Rock said, right? Everybody that's coming on talking about, if you, like you said, Tony, when you come on and say, I know it's politics and it was wrong, I can accept that. This is for the idiots and the ones that's coming towards me like, oh, it was the best football decision and it was the right thing to do. You don't ever skip a Power 5 undefeated team because their quarterback went down. Yes, they put up 16 to Louisville. Louisville averaged 34 points a game this year. We held them to 6. You know why we held them to 6? Because we had to hold them to 6 because our third string quarterback did not find out that he was even playing until an hour before the damn game. He didn't know he was playing. The team didn't even know he was playing until an hour before the game. You tell me any other team in the conference championship game find out that not only they knew their quarterback was hurt, but now you're going to be without your second string an hour before the game. You tell me how they step up in these other conference games. Nobody can tell me that because they didn't see it. You got the RG3s, you got Richard Shermans, you got the Booger McFarlands saying, yo, it's about winning. Florida State did that. They won, period. You can't punish them because the quarterback is hurt. Because if that's the case, why the F did they even play the last 2 games? Why even play? Hell, you're basically telling us that if you're not the Big Ten or the SEC, your conference doesn't matter. So if
I'll agree with you on that.
If you're the ACC, even if you're the Pac-12, which the Pac-12 was the best division in college football this year, it wasn't the SEC. It wasn't the SEC by far. And I'm going to break down the numbers to even prove my point to that. But if you're not in the SEC or the Big Ten, why the hell do you even play the game? Why the hell do you even play? Because obviously it doesn't matter. If you're not the SEC or the Big Ten, it doesn't matter. And Push can vouch for this, and maybe you can too, because I've said it a couple of times last year on the stream. Every year, every single year, y'all know I like Alabama, so I hate to talk down about Alabama. Y'all know I like Alabama too. But every year, I say at least 3 or 4 times that it's real on the field and the SEC is different. Do I not, Rob? Do I not put it on social media? Do I not say it on stream? Push, Rob, and the people that's been here, y'all know every single year, at least 4 times, I say the SEC is real and the SEC is different. I didn't say that not one time this year. Not one single time this year. You know why? Because this year, they wasn't different from everybody else. They were very mediocre. And just to break down how mediocre they were, let me get into these numbers. I just want to make sure I get them all right. Because I got a lot of them stacked up in here. So I want to put them head to head. I want to make sure I say the right numbers. ACC versus SEC this year, ACC is 6-4. So you mean to tell me the SEC conference is an automatic get in, even if a team got 1 loss, but an undefeated team in the conference that beat that conference, they can't get in at all? I got too much stuff to slam the desk, chump ass. I can't slam the desk right now. Right? I can't do that, right? And then let's get into the Big 12 versus every other conference. They're 6-6. Okay, so they broke even. All right, cool. The ACC versus other conference, they're 10-9. All right, cool. SEC versus all other conferences, they're 7-9. So y'all gonna sit here and tell me the SEC is still better than everybody else this year? The best conference this year by far was the Pac-12. The Pac-12 was 7-3 versus any other conference. So Washington getting in, they deserve it. Actually, Washington should be number 1 when you really think about it, right? Let's get into strength of schedule. Let me pull this up real. Actually, before strength of schedule, let's get into overall defense and overall offense. Florida State. What is this popping up on my screen? Somebody's trying to stop me from running here. I just got a random sum on my screen. Hold on, let me take that off. Let me get back to strength of defense. Team defense overall, Florida State is ahead of Alabama and Texas. Bruh. Team offense overall this year, even after those bad 2 games, Florida State is still way ahead of Alabama. Bruh. Alabama is not even top 50 in team offense this year. Not even top 50 in team offense. And Florida State is ahead of them in defense and offense. Team defense. And they're ahead of Texas in team defense. I thought defense won championships. Right? That's what I thought. That's what I was told when I played football and when I was coming up my whole life. I thought defense won championships. So you mean to tell me you're going to punish the Florida State defenders who balled out in the championship game because they had to, and they showed up? Florida State, matter of fact, let me tell you another thing about Florida State. Haven't gave up 30 points the whole season. Alabama and Texas have. Bruh. Florida State haven't given up 30 points not one game, and when they needed to step up, they stepped up. And as far as the second string quarterback, okay, you had a tough game against a rival in Florida that's playing a rival in Florida. Alabama needed a miracle to beat Auburn that same week. They needed a miracle, and Auburn just got their ass destroyed by New Mexico State the week before. Bruh. What are we talking about here? Like, what are we talking about here? You can't tell me any valid football reasons outside of the quarterback is injured that Florida State didn't deserve to be up in here. If you can't say that it's politics, people on Facebook, so I'm going to post this clip on Facebook. Hold on, let me snooze y'all again so y'all won't go to commercial. If you can't say that it's politics, I don't want to hear that. We can't have no conversation, right? Let's go into Georgia. Georgia hasn't lost a game in over 2 years. They lose by 3. And we know, just like we say on Sundays, any given Sunday, anything can happen. Alabama beats Georgia by 3. You dropped them from 1 to 6? So you telling me you don't think Georgia's better than Michigan? You don't think Georgia's better than Texas? Right now? You still don't think, even though Alabama won the game, you don't think Georgia's better than Alabama? Did they resume not show that they were better than these teams the whole season? And if Michigan is number 1, why is Michigan number 1 and not Washington when Washington won the hardest conference of the year? And they went undefeated and they're the champions of the hardest conference. So why is Washington not number 1 there? If we want to play conference and strength of schedules, Georgia's better than Texas and Bama. Facts. And y'all know I like Bama. I hate to talk like this about Bama, but this is just what it is this year. Washington should be number 1 then. Not Michigan. And then let's go to the ones that say, well, the reason Florida State didn't get in was because, you know, what happened to TCU last year. Bitch, TCU put 51 points up on Michigan to get to the championship. Y'all forgot that part. Y'all don't ever talk about that part. They had to beat somebody to get to the championship. Everybody said TCU didn't belong last year because they lost to K-State in the championship game. And TCU played Michigan and dropped 51 on their heads. Dropped 51. They didn't just beat them like 20 to whatever. They dropped 51 on their heads. Bruh. Now, yes, when they went up against Georgia, they lost to Georgia. Georgia beat them down. Look at all the starters. Look at all those players that went to the NFL from that Georgia team. That was a historical team right there. And the reason why TCU beat Michigan is because TCU had a month to scheme, plan, and prepare for Michigan. Just like Florida State will have a month to scheme, plan, and prepare for Michigan with their second string quarterback. Because the guy you saw at the ACC championship game is not who you're going to see, you know, in January. So you mean to tell me an undefeated Mike Norvell and Florida State with this top defense and all these weapons on offense couldn't take a month to scheme up a plan like TCU did last year? You not even gonna give them a chance. Let me snooze one more time. They trying to send y'all. to commercial. So you mean to tell me North, I would say his name, Mike Norvell, can't scheme up a plan in a month like TCU did last year? Yes, TCU lost to Georgia. So what, man? Georgia was whooping everybody. And TCU didn't have a month to scheme up against Georgia because after they beat Michigan, they had to go straight to Georgia. That's how it works. But don't tell me Florida State could have at least not made it to the championship game. That's bullshit. And then one more thing about TCU, because everybody want to bring up TCU. Let me pull this up. Let me find it because I got it somewhere. Where is it? TCU defense is not even better. TCU defense and offense is not even ranked higher than Florida State last year. Last year's TCU team that went to the Final Four is ranked lower on offense and ranked way lower on defense than Florida State last year. Florida State this year is better than TCU last year, and Florida State this year is way better than Florida State last year. But they don't get the opportunity because their quarterback is hurt. That don't make sense to me at all. I don't give a damn about, they don't look the same in the AC championship game. This dude found out he was playing. He was a freshman. He found out he was playing an hour before the game. He didn't practice. He didn't even practice with the starters the whole week because they were trying to get the number 2 quarterback ready. And then once he got evaluated right before the game, they was like, nah, you still can't go. And then they was like, let's throw this guy out there. And then what they needed to do, when they decided that they needed to score a touchdown, they took the quarterback out, went into the wild card formation, 2 plays, 85 yards, touchdown. Bruh. And then what they did after that, played defense and ran out the clock. They could have put up more points at the end of the game if they wanted to. Mike Norvell ran out the clock, which I didn't like because I had a feeling they was going to do this. And I wanted Mike to be aggressive and get some more points. But he chose to run out the clock and play it safe. So Mike Norvell, I will blame you on that. You know how college football works. You should have stayed aggressive. You should have racked up some more points on him instead of being safe and running out the clock. But it is what it is. A 13-0 team, not passed up by 1, but 2 teams with an L don't make sense. Bruh. Everybody saying, Texas beat Alabama. Alabama, that was week 2, bruh. That was week 2. Alabama didn't even know who their quarterback was the first month of the season. That was week 2. Texas got whooped by Oklahoma. Bruh. Where is Oklahoma right now? Can't nobody tell me where Oklahoma is right now. Can you tell
Alamo
me?
Bowl.
Huh?
They're at home. Oh, they're going to Alamo Bowl, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, great for them. And Texas turned around and lost to them. Y'all happy about beating Alabama when they didn't even know who their quarterback was? They were switching out quarterbacks each game for the first 5 weeks of the season. The first 5 weeks of the season. Because I watch Alabama just like I watch Florida State. Those are my teams. They were switching quarterbacks out. So this is not just Florida State ran, even though it's really focused on them because they the undefeated team that got skipped. But you can't skip Georgia from 1-6 after a 3-point loss, and that's their first loss in 3 years. 1-6? Like, are you serious right now, man? Anyway, I got so much more, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I've said enough. Total defense, Florida State is better than Alabama. Total offense, defense, they're better than Alabama. They're ranked higher than Texas as well. Offense, Texas is ranked higher, but Florida State is still ranked higher than Alabama. Strength of schedule. Everybody talk about strength of schedule. Texas does have a good high ranking for that, right? But since we're talking about strength of schedule, you might as well take Michigan out too then. Take Michigan out and put Georgia in because Michigan's strength of schedule is 51. Since Florida State is 55, Michigan is 51. So if you remove Florida State, take Michigan out as well and put Georgia in because Georgia, Alabama, and Texas strength of schedule is way higher than Michigan and Florida State. Every excuse that y'all got outside of saying it's BS and politics, I've exposed all of it. Then one more, Tony. Every time I think I'm done, I got one more. I got some more. Let's go into the championship weekend, right? Let me get this photo up. PFF, highest graded players from championship weekend. Guess who got the most players on that list?
I'm going to go Florida State.
Thank you. Ding, 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 Florida State. 4 players in the top 10 of the highest graded players from championship weekend. Michigan has 2, Alabama has 1, Texas has 1. What else do I need to call out? Is there anything else you can think of I need to call out outside of politics?
No. I think you're pretty much accurate, man. I can't disagree with you on your points.
Okay, because I called out. Hold on, what Rob say? You say check my question. Where is it? Where is it? Where you put it on? You put it on Twitter? Twitch. Quick question: do you think they didn't match Georgia and Ohio State up on purpose? I feel like they knew they would pull more views in the playoffs. Dude, they put Florida State at 5 just to say, oh yeah, we barely got you out, but they really wanted to drop them lower than that. And it's their fault. They the ones put Florida State in the 4th spot at the beginning of the season, and they put them there so they could say, look, Florida State, we're showing y'all love, but we know y'all gonna lose eventually sometime during the season, and that never happened. So you screwed yourself when you moved them up to the 4th spot after they blew out the number 5 LSU, and they beat LSU by 21 to start the season.
Bruh.
They didn't have to put LSU on their schedule. They wanted to put them on their schedule so they could say, we beat a hard SEC team. Give us some respect. And y'all still didn't give it to them. This is it's BS. It's BS. Georgia should be in over Michigan if y'all want to talk about strength of schedule. Since y'all want to say strength of schedule with Florida State, Michigan is 51st in strength of schedule. So get them out of there too. I don't know what to say. I think I covered everything. We covered defense. We covered offense. We covered high-ranking players. It's BS, bruh. That's all it is. It's BS. They just got to have an SEC team in it, even with they losing record this year. It's BS. That's all I got, man. I'm done. I'm done.
No, I can't disagree with you, man. I really can't. He makes some really good points. It's all politics, man, with who they put in and who they didn't. Absolutely.
Yeah, he said we back. Should have went to YouTube, Lamar. Should have went to YouTube, man. I'll be trying to tell y'all.
You make great points, man. I can't really disagree with you, 100%.
Like, man, everybody wanted to put that TCU stuff in there. TCU was so low in defense last year in a defensive ranking. Florida State was 21st in defense last year. TCU is below the 60s. I believe they were 61st in defense last year. This year, Florida State is ahead of Texas and Alabama defense. They ahead of Alabama in offense. Strength of schedule, the Alabama has the lead there, but Alabama also has an L that Florida State doesn't have. Strength of schedule, Michigan's schedule was no better than Florida State, was no harder than Florida State's.
Yeah.
And then you drop Georgia from 1-6 off of a 3-point loss. First time losing in 3 years. You dropped them from 1-6 for 2 teams. Anyway, yeah.
Bruh.
Whatever. And Georgia is ranked higher than all of them in defense and offense as well. But you're going to drop Georgia, and for a team in Alabama that's not even top 50 in offense right now.
Right?
Fuck out of here, man. I'm going to start cussing in a minute. Let me get up out of here. Now it's going to go from me just talking facts to just straight cussing for no reason. So that is the show today. I appreciate. He say heel dope. No. I was trying to be cordial with it, because I might end up just taking that whole segment and posting it as a YouTube video as itself.
You should.
I'm tired of that. Like that's just BS, bro. I'm sorry. Anything you want to promote before we get off?
No, I got nothing, man. Fun show today. I had a great time talking. It's going to be interesting to see what happens these next couple of weeks and in the ball games themselves and the playoff games and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting to see what all goes down football-wise on college and NFL. We haven't even gotten into the NBA or anything like that yet. So
yeah, I'm
got
gonna say
got
that.
a lot to talk, a lot of to be looking forward to in the next couple of months for sure.
Oh, you know what? This is what I forgot to do real quick. AFC playoff predictions. Who you think is in? Who you think is gonna get out?
AFC, like the tops, like who I have winning or who I have going into the playoffs.
Yeah, who do you think is gonna actually make the playoffs out of the teams that you see?
Man, that's tough.
Oh, we'll get into that, Rob.
You know what? You know, on the NFC, I'd probably go with the obvious. You got the Eagles, you got the Niners,
Detroit.
Okay, so right now I got the Eagles, Niners, Lions. I hate to say this, the Falcons, Cowboys, and then we got the 2 wild cards. Man, that's gonna be a toss-up. You know what? I think the Seahawks slip in, and you know what? I'm gonna go with you know what? Take the Seahawks out. I'm gonna go with the Packers. And I'm going to go with the Rams.
Okay. Rob, get out of here. AFC, who you got?
AFC, I got Dolphins, Ravens, Chiefs. I'm going to go Texans. I think they win that division. I still think the Jags make it. And then I think I'm going to go... Oh, man, it's between the Browns and the Colts.
Browns, Colts, and Broncos, and Bills.
I'm gonna go Colts. Oh shit, I forgot about the Bills. You know what? Take out. I got the Jags and the Bills, the final 2 teams.
Hold on, let me get this up. I keep forgetting to put the YouTube chat on this thing. Let me add y'all real quick, just in case I miss. So AFC, Miami, Baltimore, Kansas City. I think the Texans will win a division, so I got Texas at 4. Now this is 5 and 6.
The last 2.
Yeah, is the. I don't know if Cleveland plans on playing Flacco for the rest of the year. If so, I'm gonna eliminate him. Oh man, I think Pittsburgh stay in. Well, now Kenny Pickett out. Dang. Yeah, it is 7. So yeah, last 3. I'm sorry, I said 2. I think the Colts make it. I think the Colts make a wild card. I think the Broncos make the wild card. And it's really between Cincinnati, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh for that last one.
I believe in.
You think the Bills?
I think the Bills do. Yeah.
I mean, that should be the obvious choice, but you can't. Man. The Bills are so suspect, man. And
they are.
I don't think the Bills make it this year.
Oh, there's 7 teams that make it.
Yeah, 7.
I think I gave you 6.
So I need one more. I'm gonna keep Cleveland in there.
Both sides.
I'm gonna keep Cleveland in the AFC.
See, I got Jags. Let's see. I got the Texans in for the Jags. I got Jags, Bills, and Colts.
Your last 3.
Yeah, and then in the NFC, because I think the Eagles win the division. I'm gonna go Cowboys, Packers, Rams.
So NFC, I got Philly, San Fran, Detroit, Dallas, locks. So that's 4 locks.
Yep.
Tampa Bay is gonna win that division, so I got Tampa at 4. And then 6 and 7. I got, because they got to play the 49ers. They not winning that. I got Green Bay and the Rams too at 6 and 7. So,
yeah.
Bye, there it is. Make sure y'all follow Get the Tables on Twitch. He said, "There's no way y'all put get out of here, Rob, man. We know exactly what we said, bruh." Make sure y'all follow Get the Tables on Twitch, as they will be doing wrestling watch-alongs for AEW Wednesday night, SmackDown's on Friday. Oh, y'all doing
Yes,
NXT
sir.
Saturday?
We will be. We'll be doing NXT on Saturday.
So there you go. Check them out. And then you already know what it is. YouTube here, Dope Content, dopecontent.com to stay up to date with everything. I'm actually leaving the country Thursday. So,
Whoa!
So Sunday night,
Where you headed?
Puerto Rico. So I'm out there with Carlito and
Oh, look at this guy! Look at this guy.
them. Yeah, going to visit Carlito and Bad Bunny and all them people out
Don't
there.
get stabbed, bro.
I know, bro. I was like, I'm staying at the hotel. I ain't going nowhere. Rob, that's my lady's fault, man. It's her birthday, and she actually is the one that she was like, no, we're going to Puerto Rico. She told me. I didn't even get to plan nothing. She told me, so I was like, all right, well, whatever. Cool. So she was determined to go. I didn't even know, but
Nice.
yeah, her birthday is tomorrow. We leave Thursday. He said nothing's wrong with Puerto Rico. I think San Juan is exactly where we're going. I got to double check.
Oh, I know there's nothing. Because he said Carlito.
Yeah,
You know,
Carlito.
You know, his dad. You know,
Yeah.
stabbed someone.
Rob,
allegedly.
I'm trying to get her to get back on these cake bowls, man. I know she got to make some for Push, cause we sent some to Push, and then Push didn't share with his wife, so now she mad. So now we got to send some more, and she told me to tell Push that he better not take a bite before she take a bite this time.
Oh, damn.
So, Push, this is your last order of cupcake bowls or whatever. I don't remember what she sent last time, but yeah, that's there we go. And until next week, I'll be back for the next show. So I'm gonna be back to talk my noise about the Cowboys, putting 40 on the Eagles. I'm gonna be back talking my noise about taking Tony's $10. And Scooby, what's good, man? Appreciate you. And what else? I might have another Florida State Georgia rant. I think I covered everything, but I keep seeing new clips from different people that work for the committee and stuff like that. They're trying to explain it, but they're making it worse. Them old 75-year-old bastards that can't even, you know what I'm saying, they got to sit down to pee. They need to go ahead and they need to shut up. Shut up. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. The old man committee. Like that's anyway. Yeah, I was about to go to another.
Don't
That's
be
like
$10
Ric Flair.
richer next Tuesday.
No, you're not. No, you're not. He said, I mean Ryan Day. I mean all of them. How about that? All of them. Ain't holding no punches. All of them. All of them suck. Anyway, we appreciate y'all joining, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Until next time, we are out.
Yeah.
Hey, my camera didn't freeze today. Yeah, baby. My camera didn't freeze today. I want to say that before I get off of it. I'm trying to make sure I wasn't froze. I didn't freeze today, guys. I didn't freeze. I think we got it fixed. Yeah.
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 Rob. Yeah.
Yeah.
F the college committee.
Yeah.
They can eat a dick.
Yeah.
Florida State and Georgia should be in the top 4.
Yeah.
Punk ass SEC.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. Psych, get Texas weak ass out of here.
Yeah.
Michigan, get the F out of here.
Yeah.
It will be Alabama versus Washington in the final.
Yeah.
And Florida State should boycott the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. Bye, y'all.